Dear friends, today we'll be looking at looping and selecting elements in list dictionaries and tuples. So, we are using the Jupyter notebook as usual. And let me first go to the lists. So, this is an example of a list. It has 5 elements, and the name of the list is my list. Now, if you have to look through this list, that is, print each element in the list. Then we have a for loop where uh, item is a variable which is assigning the elements of the loop. And I mean, all elements of the loop are assigned to the variable. And this is the name of the list. So when you run it, so let's suppose you run this one, what do we get? We get all the elements of the list. So how does it work? So item, it starts from the first element and then it goes to all the different elements and then we print it, right? Okay, so now let's look at uh, if you have to index. So we know the list. If we have to index the list, then okay, let's copy this one. Let's copy this one so it's easy to see it. Okay, so now we see the list and I want to select the index 0. So how does it work in the list? It is first element is index 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. That's how the indices go. And so if you are selecting the 0 index, it means that you are selecting the first element. So if you run this, now what happens? You see the selecting elements from the list. Element at index 0 is 1, right? And then we go to the, so again, for the sake of convenience, if we select the second index, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, we want to select now. So that's why we write my list 2. And then if you run it, element at index 2 is 3, right? Then similarly, if we want to slice it now, so for example, we want a part of the list to be displayed, then what we do is say we are slicing it from index 1 to 3. 3 is exclusive. In other words, you won't have 3 spit out. You will have only 1 and 2 being there. So what are the element indices 1 and 2? So first index is 0, second is 1, third is 2. So 2 and 3 only we expect. So if you run this now, then you see 2 and 3, right? So then the next thing is if you want it, okay, so let's first put up the list. So now, okay, uh, so if you select 2 colon, which means everything from the second index to the end. So 0, 1, 2 to the end. So 3, 4, 5 all is going to be selected from index 2 to the end. Now you have, okay, now you have from the beginning all the way to 3 and 3 not being included. So 0, 1, 2, this is 3, 4 is third index. So 0, 1, 2, 3 is only what you want to throw up. And so when you run it, you get 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's look at dictionaries and looping in dictionaries and selecting elements in dictionaries. Now, first thing you have to realize that in dictionaries, you have a key value pair. So name is the key, age is the key, city is the key, and corresponding to the key name is John, corresponding to key age is 30, and corresponding to city is New York. Now, if you have to loop through a dictionary, and every dictionary has these curly braces, that's what characterizes a very characteristic of a dictionary, right? And it is not ordered. It just goes by the key name. So if you have to loop through a dictionary, you need the key, first the key, then the value for key value in the dictionary name, and then you have these methods dot items. This method has to come. So this method on the dictionary, and then you use this key value. So print key and value. Okay, so now if you run this, run. So you have name John, age 30, city New York, everything that's here, it's been printed out. Now, okay, let's copy this. And I want to select the elements from the dictionary. And so what do? I go to the my dict, which is the dictionary name, and I provide the key, which is the name, which is what I any key that I want, and I want to correspondingly print out the name. So when I do that, I run it, I get name is John, right? And then if you want to find the age, so age is 30, right? So my dict is a dictionary, and when I want to spit out the age, I use the age key here, and then if I run it, I get age 30. Now slicing is not possible for dictionaries because they are not ordered, right? They go with the key and the value corresponding to it. Now let's come to tuples. Now tuples, the characteristics of tuples, that they are immutable, that they cannot be changed once they are created, and they have these parentheses, elements separated by comma. So now we want to print, we want to loop through the tuple, and so for item in my tuple, which is the name of the tuple, an item is a variable where you assign each element of the tuple and you print the items. So if you do that, you run through this, and so you do that, you see what you see. You have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, exactly what's there in this tuple. Okay, now you want to select an element in the tuple, and say if I want to select, okay, let's copy the tuple so it makes life easy to see, right, what I am doing here. Okay, so now if we choose the, so the first index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, as I had shown before in the list. So 0 means you are picking up 10, the element 10, element having value 10. So if you run this now, you get 10. If you run 2, that means 0, 1, 2, you are expecting to get 30. Run this, you get 30. And then if you choose from 1, 2, 3, so let's what we are looking at, we are looking at this tuple, my tuple, and then I want from element 1, for index 1, 0, 1, 20, index 2, but less than, but 3 not included, so 20 and 30 I'm expecting, right? So if you run this, you get 20 and 30. Now if we want from 2 till the end, that is, okay, once again, 0, 1, 2 till the end, so 30, 40, 50 is what I expect it to spit out, right?